Hello students, so I hope all of you will be fine. Today I am going to start another data type which is built in the Python, and that is the Python list. So list is one of the very important data types in Python which is used to store the elements, and these type of lists are basically mutable. Mutable means the size of the list can be increased or decreased, and these are not the fixed one. Okay, so what we are going to discuss today, we are going to discuss the Python list, and after it we are going to see the number of operations which are built in or comes with the Python lists. Okay, so let us first start our list. So what is basically the list? So let me have a list and let me call it LST. So this list is basically composed of the elements which are enclosed inside this square brackets. So the elements inside the list can be of any data type. Okay, these can be of float, these can be of integer, and these can be of strings as well, and the combination of these data types can also be served inside the Python list as well. So let us have a list here which is basically composed of 4, 6, 7, 9, and let me call here 3. Okay, so these elements are separated by this comma, and the list here we have this one. So this is our list which is now stored inside the memory. So if I want to print the elements of this list, so I can very easily type here print LST. So the elements of the list are now visible. Okay, so suppose I have another list, and this list is now the combination of the different elements. So let me have the first integer, the second one is the float, the third one is let me call a name, and that is the Ali. Okay, so this is, let me call it list underscore 2. So this is list underscore 2, and if I want to print it, so let me print it here, and we can very easily see that it is now printed here. Okay, so list is basically a very useful data type inside the Python, and it can be used in the multiple occasions, as we have seen in the for loop, that every element of the list can be very easily printed out. Okay, so now let us have the list operations. So along with the lists there comes some operations which are basically related with the list. So we have some operations here, and let us start these operations, and these are basically 16 very important operations. So let us start our operations, and the first operation here we have is the length operation. Okay, so in Python this length len operation is the length operation which basically shows us the size or the length of a Python list. So in order to find the length of a Python list, let me use the LST here. So what it will do, it will show me the number of elements present inside the list. Okay, so we can very easily see that here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. So len basically shows me that there are 5 elements here. Okay, similarly it can also be used to show the number of elements inside the list 2 as well, and here we can see that these are 3. Okay, so this is very easy. Similarly another operation here is the append. So what is the append? In order to use the append, what we have to do, first of all we have to write the list in which we want to add the element at the end of that list. Okay, so let us have the list which I have basically declared with the name of LST, and if I want to append an element at the end of this list, so let me write append. So let me append an element, and that is 100. So what will happen after appending it? Let me print it, that what will happen. So after appending it, I can very easily see that initially there was no 100 here, but now after writing the lst.append, another element which is 100 will be added at the end of this list. Okay, similarly if I want to append some other numbers, so I can very easily write it like, let me write the 2000. Okay. So what will happen now? You can see that 2000 will be added at the end of our list. Okay. So the append operation is used for adding a single element into a list. Okay. Similarly, if I want to extend the list, like here append basically is adding these two numbers one by one. So what if I want to add them at the same time? So what I will do, I will let me write lst dot extend, and you will see that here this list will be, for example, I am writing this now. So you can see that. Okay. So I run it and I have to print the lst. I will see that this is the number which is now added with this list. Okay. Because this was the list which was previously available, and now I can very easily add these together simultaneously. Okay. So this is the extend operation, which is used for adding the number of elements at once into a list. Okay. Similarly, insert is the operation is basically it basically insert a certain element at certain position in the list. Okay, what does this insert operation do? Basically it inserts the element at certain position in our list. So let us insert something here, and after inserting it, what will happen? All of these other numbers, the index of these will be increased by 1. So let me insert here 250, and you will see that this 9, 300, 200, 2100, 2000 will be moved one indexed away from this location. So let me write lst dot insert, and inserting it, let me write this 3, because now 0 1 2 0 1 2 3, this is the third location here. So writing the location here, and after writing the element which I want to put here or insert here, let me put it here and printing it lst. What will happen? I can very easily see that it is now 250, while the other elements will remain same here. Okay. So now here the length of, initially the length was different, but now the length of my list has been increased by 1 just by inserting the element in my desired location. Okay. So this is the insert operation. Similarly, in remove operation, we can remove a certain element by value from a list. If you want to remove an element from the list, what we can do, you can write the list and then remove. So if I want to remove the same element which I have inserted earlier on, what I would do, I would write 250, and after it I can write print list, and here you can see that the 250 has been removed from this location. Similarly, you can write other numbers here as well. So let me write the 4, and you will see that the 4 will be removed from the first location. Okay. And this way you can remove any string, any float, or any integer data type as well. Similarly, here the elements have been removed by their values. If you want to remove the elements by their index, what would you do? You will have to use another operation, and that is the pop operation. So pop operation will remove the elements from their index. So if I want to remove this 2000 from this list, what I would do, I would write the index here. So what is the index number of this 2000? I can very easily see that this is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, that is 7, and after printing it, what will happen? You will see that now this 2000 has been removed. Okay. So similarly, if I want to remove the 6, because now the length has been reduced to 7 now. So if I want to remove this last element, what would happen? This is now 1000. So let me try another thing here. I haven't tried it. Okay. Similarly, now again. Okay. So just writing this -1, what would happen? It will remove the last element from my list. Okay. So that is -1, and by writing the -1, it will remove the last element. Similarly, another operation which is also of very importance, and that is the list slicing. with this colon operator. Okay, what is the importance of this? So let me have a list underscore 11, and that is, let me have a list, and in this list I want to get this 7 9 from this list. What would I do? I would write 0 1 2 3. So what is the index of these two? This is 1 2. Okay, so let me write here 1 to 2 and putting it lst underscore 11. So what would it do? It will just get the first element, because the last element is not included here. If I want to include it here as well, what would I do? Here it will give me this 7 9. Okay, what if I want to remove this 6 from here and want to get 7 9 3? I will here write 4 and this will give me 7 9 3. So you can see very easily the operations which can be carried out by this slicing operator. This is the colon operator. Okay, so I can very easily see the performance of this colon operator as well. Similarly, what if I want to remove this 3? What would I do? What will happen if I want to remove this 3 while want to get this 6 7 9? One method is to write 0 here, and from 0 to 3 I want to get the element, so I will get 0 7 9. Similarly, if I want to remove the elements, I would also, okay, sorry, this is 3. I can also write it like this as well. Okay, similarly, if I want to remove 6 7 from here and want to get 9 3 here, what I can do here, I can write here as from 2 to end, and you will see that from 2 to end I will get this 9 3. So that is the slicing operator. And if I want to get the overall list here, you can write only this colon here, and what will happen? I will get all the elements inside the list. So that is the list here, which is 6 7 9 3.